Take me to another. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Will you help me? Won't you help me? Won't you help me to be there? I wanna go home. What y'all know about that Tennessee? Shout out to the Cox Mounds. Shout out to Nashville, Memphis, and all points in between. It's the Hood Mystic. No, you fine. The purpose of this video is to really create value in your everyday experience. We'll turn it up. So when it comes to me, it's a lot of things in my bio you can look at. It's always links in my descriptions and things of that nature. And that's kind of going to take care of itself, what I'm realizing a lot of times. But marketing, I feel as though it's the most important thing to business. It's the most important part of your actual business success. But the concept of it is probably not fully understood. So the purpose of this video, if you have a pen and a paper, or if you just have an open mind, you really want to understand marketing, what it is, how to do it, how to start. You'll hear about like campaigns and marketing campaigns and network marketing and advertising and all of these particular things, but I just want to get to the core, and from the actual core position of the idea of marketing, you could begin to move forward. So the core principle of marketing is Mercury. Okay, so market and then marketing. So market is a noun and marketing is the verb. So you are generally, well, you could market something as well. So is noun verb transitive. It depends on the context, okay? But within this concept, I really want us to just really get to a root of civilization, and then fast forward it to 2020, how this energy is showing up. So this is basically a triple conjunction, part 2, but it's centered in a real world application called marketing. Okay. And in order to understand marketing, one has to understand Mercury. Now say it 6 times fast. We're gonna do it together, and we about to do magic, right? Shout out to Mercury. Shout out to the magician. That's the first tarot card. So we're dealing with a root principle. You should know this, right? The same way you know your ABCs, the same way you know your numbers, you should know how to market yourself. And peace to everybody joining me. Welcome. Stay a while. Relax. I want to explain something that's really important. I'm glad that y'all all here. You know, peace and love for me and my family. But yeah, we're about to do something real fun. We're going to say market and Mercury 6 times fast, okay? Marketing, Mercury, marketing, Mercury, marketing, Mercury, marketing. It's the same word, okay? So when you look up the etymology, you get market, but then you also get merks. Okay, so merks is the Etruscan or instruction, right? Is the Etruscan god of mercantilism. So rewind to a perceived hunter-gatherer or a perceived civilization whatever you find, right, throughout life, right, you go through all different villages, cities, towns, anywhere you go, there is a certain aesthetic, right? There's a certain value in certain things, right? So if I was wearing like a Supreme hoodie and had on a diamond encrusted chain and a diamond encrusted grill, what the overall concept behind all of that is mercurial. Because generally, if it was like concrete, like if my mouth was full of concrete and my chain was a rope, like not a gold rope, but like a fucking, like a tweed ass rope on, you feel me? And you know, I just had on some real cheap ass shit. That's not mercurial. Mercurial or marketing or the market is based upon value. Mercury, next to the moon, is the fastest moving planet in our solar system. So you can't wait for value. Value is in learning. Value is in application. Value is in effort. Value is in going deep within inside of yourself and creating something beautiful. And sometimes we work real hard at value, and then sometimes value comes easy. Sometimes we're just, you know, talking on our Instagram live, and you know, sometimes a person can have an Instagram live or a YouTube video, and that thing will go what is called viral, right? So what is a viral? An organic viral post is a post that is so valuable that I can't just sit on this shit by myself. I have to share it. No. You gotta watch this. Stop what you're doing. You have to watch this Hood Mystic video. This dude just connected marketing to Mercury, right? That's a viral video. So in the hopes of creating content, one could really fixate on this, or one could be organic. The value that you put out as a business is not relative to what you're going to get in return. So one of the number one magical principles, because we're dealing with magic, we're dealing with Mercury, we're dealing with the market, and we're also dealing with value, because value is a magical process. What are you talking about? I can stitch the same exact purse, and Coach can put the little C thing on it. The same exact purse. Guess whose purse is more valuable, or perceived to be more valuable? Or, right, I can be the Coach that doesn't have a C on it. It is just, you get to be your own brand, right? And because there is no C on it, I'm going to charge triple of what Coach is. Nobody can come into the market and say, hey man, you can't charge $5,000 for that purse. That's not even got a Coach on it. Well, because it ain't a Coach. It is a owner. This is an owner purse. You can go in there and play with them little Coach purses. This purse costs $50,000. Because I created the value on it. I created the market on it. I'm dealing with my mercurial influence. And by golly, I'm doing magic. See? It's all coming to me now because it's all making sense. It was this lady on Fiverr. I was so mad at her. I was so mad. But that was my spirit just saying, you can't hate the player. Hate the game. She was selling money rituals for $7,000 and her queue was back the fuck up. She had so many positive reviews. And I said, well, duh. Obviously, the people that's getting money rituals from you is already rich. That they can spend $7,000 on a money ritual. So, of course, they got positive reviews. That's a no-brainer, right? But if you think that people are logical in the market, That's your first mistake and your worst mistake and your last mistake. Probably the worst thing to do, and that's probably why I'm not cut out for business. I'm trying to figure out something else. That's why I actively trade and, I do certain things outside of like just running my store, because everybody is a sleazeball. You feel me? Like, cause to market, you have to create value. And to create value, it's about the 4 P's, right? Product, placement, price, and promotion. If you're not thinking about the 4 P's to your goods or service, 25, 25, 25, 25. You got to write it down. Product, price, placement, and promotion. Because a lot of this is too hard for you to wrap your brain around. But the reality is, if you sit down and think about it for about a good week or so and really plan some shit out of value creation steps for your product, the very nature of it is a magnetizing force. See, the hard part about selling is that you're not marketing. Because if you create value towards something, you don't have to beat people's head down or get people advice. Hey man, I'm starting this business and I'm trying to figure out what to do. Well, how valuable is your product? Huh? Say what? Say what, huh? I seen that. What's the value? Never mind. See, why you going there, energy? Why you going there? Why? Let me stop. Let me take a deep breath and reset the room. Product, price, placement, promotion. Market is taken from merks. So everything that you see in the marketplace is a form of magic. You gotta have your sigils together. You gotta have your mantras together. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. What product is that? What product am I referencing? McDonald's. What is the price on that thing? Very inexpensive. Well, what about the placement? Shit, I could walk down the street and find one of them motherfuckers. Okay, promotion. I mean, on the hour, I just got a cut on the TV. I'm sure it's a McDonald's commercial coming on at some point. Ding, 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 ding. Marketing genius. And I guess the McDonald's don't stand for McDonald's. It stand for Mercury or market. Or, you understand what I'm saying? It make a lot of sense, don't it? Hopefully you can see it as well as I can see it. That's the overall goal. I'm just here to provide value. So the energy and effort that you put into your products, its pricing, its placement, and its promotion in a sequential order. Almost like a Caduceus fashion, like bang, bow, bow, bow. It's more of a flow to it. It's more of a finesse to it. It's more of a natural placement to it. And it's everything that you're doing, man. So, it's a lot of musicians on here. It's a lot of artists on here. It's a lot of, whatever the fuck you do. If I don't feel as though that I need it, I'm not going to deal with it. So with me, what I try to teach or what I try to show or lead through by my little bitty baby example is that I'm my biggest fan. Always been my biggest fan. Will always be my biggest fan. I don't pull on anybody to say, hey, You listened to my last video that I dropped. I was kicking so much knowledge. Sometimes my wife would be like, huh, what? Yeah, I said it in a video. She'd be like, what video? You do so many. I don't keep track. Whatever. You understand? So obviously I gotta have the fire up under my own ass and see it from my own perspective and see it from my own view. And the difference between Mercury and other energies is that it's not like every other planet. See, Mercury going retrograde 4 times out the year, right? Mercury ain't on logic. Mercury would, another way would be eros or passion, right? Passion is some stupid shit when you really think about it. Some shit that you regret when you really think about it. Like, why the fuck I do that when I really think about it? Oh, well, I got this and I got that. Oh, well, whatever. I got the experience. Well, whatever. Would you do it again? Well, probably not. That passion to have you looking twice about some shit. Now, this is Mercury unchecked. This is Mercury run wild or girls going wild. Shout out to the little DVD set and things of that nature, right? But when you get a mind to Mercury, you begin to flow with Mercury. Mercury is quicksilver. It go from the non-physical to the physical. And that's really the flow of humanity. It might even be to the night to the day, or it might even be to the left to the right, or it might even be to the masculine to the feminine, or it could be a collection of all of those energies. Right? But understanding the churning of the energy creates something, right? So in this world, by understanding your kundalini, by doing your chakra work, you don't do it for nothing. That's why I don't even worry about results or no shit like that, because some people is going to do the chakra work and take it seriously, and some people not. I'm not going to stress myself out or get no gray hairs on whether a person is going to do it or not. I'm going to try to explain it perfectly and fall short. And the points that I fall short on, a person can judge or point at, or they can recognize the actual point that I'm bringing across. That I can't do the shit for you, but here it goes. And once you understand how it goes, you create something. Because the law of attraction is your default mechanism. When you remove all of the bullshit, when you remove all of the humanity, when you get to the crux or the core of the thing, you start to deal with the mercurial influence or the market of it or the value. So what is the value of a spiritual being have a human experience? I tell you, man, they pay a lot of money to a lot of these brothers and sisters out here on these baseball fields and basketball courts and football fields and things of that nature. I promise you they'll give you a lot of money if you can sing. I promise you they'll give you a lot of money if you could dance from here to goddamn Bethlehem or wherever the fuck you gonna dance at or shuck and jive for. You understand? They gonna give you all of the money, right? For all of your talent, all of your ability. To the point is, I'm not even sure you even realize that you got no more. It could be bought and sold in 2021. We see it every day. Bunch of people saying a whole bunch of shit that they don't even mean, but they feel otherwise pressured to say it because they holding on to the fact that they don't know that they're gods. Because there's so much investment in their humanity and very little, if any, investment in their divinity. We see a lot of people and a lot of different energies. They break away from the mainstream and start practicing spiritual modalities, and you watch their career take off. It's because they're in alignment. So the question about you is, what is your alignment? What is your market? Okay? Who is your market? How do you give it up? How do you create value? Because there's so many things that you can do or cannot do, but whatever you do, it better be valuable. It better have a mercurial influence. There's so many people that I know that their brand, their energy, when they come out on the scene, they release some shit, that shit sold out. Because it's them. Supreme dropped some shit, that shit sold out. Because it's them. They're in a particular alignment, and all that they're doing is showing you that you can do this shit too, if only you would get out your own way. You'll never think your way into this. They say Mercury is the planet of thought. Well, thought is an action. The thought that Mercury is referencing is a reception. It is a get out of jail free card, one might say, because you gotta understand the primitive man that would transition to the man that would build civilizations. It was all due to mercurial or merks or the market. Why? Because the market would establish value for the things that this civilization or this community or this village would create, and then it would take it somewhere else, maybe to Mesopotamia or to St. Louis and Cahokia and things of that nature. And a person would have furs from here, a person would have jewels from there, a person would have all of this, and it had to be an exchange rate. So the balancer or the snake, right, that would keep everything afloat is Mercury. And this is some old ass shit, but we're going to fast forward into some new shit right now, right? So Mercury, right, this mercurial energy will always evolve and keep the balance, because humans are too scumbag, right, too low down to do the right thing, right? You can read book after book about how the Federal Reserve really ain't shit, right? We can have a whole diatribe on how the Federal Reserve ain't shit, but look what's created. A situation such as Bitcoin. And regardless how you feel about Bitcoin, the reality is that it is valuable in the moment, right? So is the dollar, because the way that the dollar, how Bitcoin exists, is because it is levied against the dollar, right? So what I mean is that you don't know how much Bitcoin is worth only based upon its dollar amount. So it's worth $350,000. So the dollar is going to be that Saturn force, right? The Mercury is Bitcoin, right? Follow me. And when this triple conjunction happens, the energy of Mercury, after many different retrogrades, and it's like the tortoise in the hare, by the time like it's going to blow through Saturn. Jupiter is going to blow through Saturn. And the thing about these energies, you can Google it, they're gases. And law of attraction is very powerful when a planet is conjunct. It's almost as if you put together chocolate and milk, right? Two separate energies, but when they combine, because there is no physical boundary, they merge into something different. And sometimes the chocolate milk hit perfect, but sometimes you got too much milk and too much chocolate, right? So when you have Mercury and Jupiter and Saturn, you have a new energy and a new substance, but everything is coming off of Pluto, coming off this monetary system, or this overarching sense of just think about how a small amount of people can control many by unifying and keeping the many out. And then other people begin to understand this concept and don't feel like, okay, I gotta save the world, but we're going to operate on our own plutocracy. And so what you have is a lot of different plutocracies, a lot of smart people, a lot of artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence can be programmed by the user. So when you reference the user, then, and you have a particular program that can do mathematical functions, and the thing that makes it super crazy is like you can reference, like they're doing quantum computing now. Right? So these ideas, if I have an idea and I want to put it in the thought sphere, I can do it times a quadrillion. right? And thoughts are things, believe it or not. So what is now happening is that whether you invest in Bitcoin or not is not going to change shit. How you feel about Bitcoin or not is not going to change shit, because it has a value. And major corporations, countries, and all types of entities are investing into Bitcoin. And as a commodity, it is going to raise in value. It is going to lower in value. It is going to raise in value. But the reality is, it is going to raise in value. This year has shown you that. So that's a tangent off the point. The deeper point is that there can be changes when you are magical. The person or the entities or the group of people who came up with Bitcoin, before it was Bitcoin, it wasn't Bitcoin. It was nothing. It was a bunch of niggas probably smoking a blunt, mad that their credit card was taking 3 to 5 days to clear, and like, bruh, you can run code, right? Yeah, I can run code. You can run systems, right? Yeah, I can run systems. You an engineer, right? Yeah, I run engineer. What if we created our own coin and built up its own value and started incorporating other people to mine? And bruh, that's a cold ass idea, man. Let's make it decentralized, so can't no government capitalize on it, and let it be for the people. Man, that's an even greater idea, man. I think we should do it. All right, let's do it then. That's Mercury, right? We're talking about you right now with nothing or with something. You can have anything, right? I got this $100 bill, right? The value of this $100 bill is basically walking on a thin line. Because entities and energies like Bitcoin are growing at a quantum level. So the reality of a $100 bill is going to be the reality of a let me think of something that's old that we still use, but it's a landline, right? Everybody got a landline, but also everybody have a cell phone, right? Before cell phones, you might have imagined like, damn, that'd be cool if I could just ride around and talk on the phone. I was born in the 90s, fam. That was a real legit thought. Like, that'd be dope if a nigga could ride around with a phone. And then the car phone was like very ridiculous to have, and only the ballers had it. You understand? And the cellular phone is a mercurial energy. The landline is a Jupiterian energy. Communication is a Saturnian energy. So when you put all of those things together, you have time, you have communication, and you also have the ability to do magic. Combined with a new moon, you gotta sit down and shut the fuck up. You can't be thinking about some bullshit about how bad it is for you, or how traumatic some shit is, or how fucked up the government is, because, man, I'm sorry, I gotta tell it, a lot of this shit ain't even real that you seeing on the news. Not, some shit be real, some shit be fake, fam. That's just the reality. Everything that you see on TV is not real. It's a reason that it's not real, because they want to take control of your reality. That might sound like some crazy conspiracy shit, and I'm maybe guilty as charged, but shit, I know what the fuck I'm talking about at the same time too. So you can take that with that too, you know? It's like both. It's two things. So if we're like woke and it's like 19 people in this live, it's a millions and millions of people who just kind of hook, line, and sinker with the energy that they see on the TV. So the reality of dealing with esoterics, the reality of pulling back from entertainment or pulling back the veil or doing chakra work and doing all of this fly hot shit, right? The deeper reason and reality for it is so you can take control of your reality, because every form of reality is a form of magic. A person is going to tell you a bunch of shit that they didn't even do, but the story is way more compelling to tell it to you in the fashion that they telling it to you. So a lot of people is where they at because of magic, because of glamour magic, because of glamour magic. That's what a lot of y'all out here doing. But I quit. I stop. I quit. I play fair. I play nice, right? Me, I'm just really trying to provide value for the people and give them something applicable that they can take home to, because these people already invest in you. These people already support your business, support your ministry. The least you can do on y'all crusty ass YouTube channels is provide value for the people. Give them something tangible that they can take home with, because they already done bought everything that you done promoted. That's another part of this shit. The value of your actual overall message. Because people are really seeking something. They're really looking and hoping to get tapped in, right? And it's hard, right? Because people don't understand the ways of marketing is a deeper sense of providing value. So boom, I provide value. And so what if I want to do network marketing? Well, I'm going to start at value, provide value to this person, and then be like, all right, you need to find 2 more people that you can provide value to, that can provide 2 more people that they can provide value to, and then 2 more people that and keep that thing going. But you don't. This is why a person have to have a meeting. All right, we got to have a chapter meeting. I got to have a local meeting with all my network marketers. All right, what's going on? You having I'm having trouble. Well, what's the problem? You ain't creating value for your unders, or what's up? What's the problem? All right, let's get back to basics. All right, what's the value that you're providing? Because we ain't trying to skim, we ain't trying to scam, we ain't trying to flim, we ain't trying to fam. We just trying to provide value. Because if you providing value, you wake up every day with a live, with your business, with whatever you moving forward. I could jam link in your bio down your throat if I wanted to. I got a mind and a heart to, because I love my business. I will get on this goddamn platform every fucking day and talk about my fucking business. You think I won't? I will. Don't tempt me, right? But I just choose to provide value, because I understand that McDonald's, if you turn on that motherfucking TV, it's going to be a McDonald's commercial somewhere. So if I do a funky ass Instagram video, if a person say I'm posting too much, he can get over it. She can get over it. Because I love my business. And I love providing value. I love giving value. I love sharing. I love learning new things and saying, let me hop on live and share some shit that I learned with a person. I love that. Nothing better. You know why? Because that's why I want a person to treat me, right? And so when you reference magic, it's not like I can teach you how to do makeup. You feel me? If I was doing makeup tutorials and things of that nature, then I wouldn't be creating no value. However, you can lace a motherfucker with some makeup and beat a motherfucking face up or some shit, or design an outfit or some shit and create value. Like, maybe the hood mystic needs some swag, and that'll create some value. Hey hood, let me style you. Let me send you some shit. Cause I got a styling business and I'm just creating value out here. I'm helping these content creators not look dusty out here. You don't think you could go on every goddamn Instagram page and just like, look sis, look bro. You see it? Let me zoom into that. Let me zoom. That whole section, that's all dust. Let me wipe that for you. That's value. Okay? I ain't doing the small screen for nothing. I just don't want y'all to detect all the dust around me. So, you need to be so impassioned with the value that you are giving or the magic that you are creating that you can't go to sleep. You can't wake up. Everything is for your business. Everything. And it's like, man, it's the same as children, because Mercury also deals with the sperm, right? And it's like, when it comes to my kids, man, I love my children like probably too much. I ain't gonna cap or hold y'all, man. I love being around these dudes for real. And I just be like, man. But I'm the same way about everything. That's just my Mercury, yo. That's like my business is the same way as my kids. You understand? But it's a more of a getting to know me. A lot of time I sat and got to know myself. So this ties deeper into meditation, right? This is really getting to know yourself at a deeper level and finding the love that you have for yourself within you, right? Because you might, the analogy, right? If you can have a vivid imagination with me, is like for men and probably for women too, because we all just kind of having talks with our DNA. And sometimes, like, say for you a woman and you in a relationship with a guy, and maybe some of the homeboys is still there, you know, chilling, but let's use our vivid imaginations and things of that nature. So we just peering in, looking at our balls, looking at our testicles, and looking at our sperm cells, and you know, it's a whole bunch of little U's, right? Some of these people is going to be ideas, right? Some of these little guys is going to be businesses. Some of these little guys is going to be, you know, ideas and children, right? Some of them is going to be lodged on the bathroom floor, on a couple of faces. You know, just, they going to have interesting lives. They're Mercury. They're mercs. And if you can in tune with yourself, I'm just the product of this. I'm a meditator. I done spent days just meditating because I was broke. Sometimes when you broke, man, that's all the fuck you can do. And I spent a lot of days where I was like, I ain't gonna complain about being broke. It must be a reason that I'm so damn broke. Let me go ahead and tune in and tap in and turn in to who I truly am. And that was the reason. Because soon as you get to a certain point with your soul and your divinity or your magic or your Mercury, you don't worry about money no more. It's like it comes to you. And there's many different ways. You get into residual streams of income, and man, I get money all types of ways. No cap. I will go to a temp service right now. I don't care. I will figure it out. I done been a contractor. I done been a con man. If it came down to it, I done did crimes and things of that nature. It's just like Mercury has been a heavy influence in my life. And now I'm to a point where I realize that I could be stressing over shit right now. This is the message. Listen to this. I could be stressing over shit, but I'm tapped into something. I'm tapped into something much deeper than my stress, right? And I imagine that, like, I've loosened this shit up, you know? Because Mercury can be like cement, too. It can get real hard, right? But when you do chakra work, it's that cement, hard-ass feeling, stuck in your ways ass shit. Oh, I gotta destroy myself because I was hurt back in the days, and you know how shit be, and you see they doing this to me on the news. What the fuck they doing to you on the news? You know, black men. Nigga, is your name Black Men? No, my name Jerome Robinson. Yeah, what the fuck is they doing to Jerome Robinson on the news? Not a damn thing. Get over yourself. Tap in, tune in, turn in to your true self and do some magic. Create some value in your experience, in your story. I've created value in my story. I don't have the most interesting story. It's not about having the most interesting story. I just know my story on many different levels because I've sat and I've learned and I've in tune to that part of me that was actually going to fucking talk to me and give it to me real, right? And it wasn't going to be a nigga on YouTube, fair or not. So I knew that I would be successful on YouTube and Instagram and all of that shit the same way as is Michael Jordan gonna walk onto a goddamn basketball court and know he about to win a fucking championship because I fucking do this. I know this. So the conscious niggas that I seen doing shit, I'm like, well, they're not even saying shit. And my cousin would be like, man, you really about to listen to these dudes? Like, he made me feel so small, like, damn. I might as well create content because I'm talking to him, right? I'm telling him shit, oh, read tarot and do this and do that and do that. So he's just like, shit, start a YouTube channel. Talk about that shit. You do it anyways. Do you know that my whole life since I've been an adult, all of my friends, past, present, future, calls me and ask me for advice about shit that how the fuck do I know, but I just somehow just know it. And I was just riding with a chick all day and I'm just answering my phone. I'm just helping niggas. I'm like, all right, peace, da 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 da. We just riding, getting money because I'm Mercurial. And she like, damn, you just help people all day. You should get paid for that. I said, huh? What you just said? Because I'm very receptive too. That's Mercurial too. When that was Virgo. So 823 God. Yeah, all of that. Whoop, whoop. Damn, I get sidetracked by the 823 energy frequency. Regulus in this bitch. But yeah. Yeah, she was telling me, like, you should get paid. Like, you just be helping people. You don't even be, like, you done lace people with all types of game and shit like that. I'm like, really now? And I promise you, this whole endeavor, this YouTube, Instagram, all of this was because I wanted to do it. I never thought about the monetization point until like people would literally force me. Like, you gotta monetize your site, bro. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. And like people would like pull me to the side. People always would tell me about what I needed to raise a price to, or this is too high, or this is too low. And Shakira, she'd tell me like, man, you need to charge this. I'd be charging $20. She'd be like, you need to charge $200. I'd be like, huh, what? Well, if you say so, God, it's $250 it is. It's the value. Some people may pay it. Some people may don't. But did y'all hear what I said? Some people may pay it. And that's the fucking point of the whole thing. Learn to create the value and stand on that shit. And don't just create value based upon what you personally feel. Understand the messaging. The messaging is when people tell you shit about the things that you do, you should start listening to them. If somebody ever told you in your life, hey man, you should charge for that, you should have charged then. It's a new moon. Reflect on that shit. Reflect on that shit. Think about that shit when you go into your new moon energy. This is a 10th house new moon, and we just setting seeds. We don't gotta be a tall tree today. We can set a seed today, and we can watch how that seed manifests. But Think about the times in your life where a person said, man, you should charge for that. You could have gave a nigga a haircut. You could have braided somebody's hair. You could have rubbed their feet. Could have made love. You ever made love and they said, whoo, man, I feel like I need to pay you. Woot, woot. Oh my God. Think about that as you go throughout your day. I love y'all so much, and I appreciate the time and the patience y'all have with me to get this point across. But value, knowing your market, price, product, placement, promotion. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.